What's up, y'all? Hopefully y'all can hear me. But today I was thinking if I could build a help chatbot, but online instead, because I've always seen those website where you go on your website and then at the bottom page there's this help bot right over there that helps you with questions and stuff, right? So we're going to try and build an imitation of that, but for that we're going to use Repel, and we can use anything, but I just wanted to use Repel since it's easier to get set up and everything. I should say faster. But first thing we need to do is import Flask. Ooh, from Flask import Flask request. These are two things we need. For one, we are going to need the request because that's how we're going to find the user's IP address, which is going to be important. So from there, let's say app equals to Flask app. Okay, I forgot how this. Yep. And then say if name. Jesus Lord. Okay, if name equals to main app that's run host equals to 0.0.0 debug equals to true, and what's with the error? And then to test it out, we're going to say app dot route dot methods equals to get, and then we'll say def index return your app is working, and then you're just going to need template and JSON for sure. Just Sonify. Just Sonify. Okay. So now we just run this. And we can just wait for it to run. While we are waiting for this to run, wait, I'm gonna pause the video right here. Actually, it doesn't even matter. It should be done soon. This test site or whatever, it's only going to really have one web page because we don't need that much, really. Take your time. We got nothing else to do. I'm gonna pause it, and then once it's done, I'm on post. Alright, so right here is showing that our app is working. Let me just open it in a new screen so it'll be bigger and better for us to see. Alright, so that's all nice and stuff. I don't know why it's giving this look. That's kind of irritating me. So let's see. Import random. I'm just gonna do a quick Google search. Alright, so it should show up. All we really need is that random stuff, so we can run it on a different port. Cause that red sign, I don't think it's supposed to be there. Cause when I'll be doing it, it's not there. So let's make sure we got everything right. It's taking a little bit too long. Okay, blah blah blah. Stuff. Relevance. Random. That's what I was looking for. Alright. So right here, we were going to say ports equals to, and then that is done. We would stop this run. Clears. Oh, it's already cleared, and then we will try one more time. Okay, so yes, we're just going to ignore you for now. Let's create a templates folder, templates, and then let's create a static folder, and then one more file, and this file we're going to call it chatbots.py. Before we get started with the chatbot.py, whatever, we need to do this. Let's create a folder and call it index.html. And then, 1 second. So this is how we're going to do it. Just say, doc type, title my test page. This is a test page. And under here, we're going to give it a div class equals to chat div, and then we're going to close it up, and then and then we will have a button. Get a class of chats C button. And then alt label equals to off. And close the button up, and then say help bot. Okay, and then under here is div class goes to chat contents. ID equals to chat contents. And then we would say close div, and this should work. And let me go back to the main page, and then instead of saying your app is working, we'll say render templates. What are we going to call you? Index, that's HTML. Alright, so let's reload you. Did we return an error? Dang, how did we get an error that quick? That's crazy. Template not found. Blah, 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 blah. 1 second. Yeah. Alright. So right here, templates folders, we'll go template. Static folder will be called static. Okay, so now that we had the server up and running, because if we were to, reload this, it will show this. Now we just need to add a little bit of design to it. And for that, we are just going to create a style, a CSS, right? And then we'll say link. Actually, no, so much effort. Where are you gonna be? Style equals to style. Exactly. And then dot chat div position. Give the position fixed. Top, bottom, not top, bottom 0 and right 0, because we want it to stay on the left, on the right left corner, right over there. That's excellent. That is excellent. Actually, let me see if we can give it a 10 and see how that looks. Yeah, no, not a 10. Maybe negative 10. Do 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 do. I beg your pardon. Jesus Lord, this is one of the reasons I don't like styling stuff. It's just. Alright. Honestly, because I'm not really that big in CSS. I'm just like, it's whatever, But I do see the point of it, I guess. You know what? Skip it. We're just gonna leave it at 0. I'm not even gonna hassle with it. Okay, so now we have that going on. Next thing we need to do is write a little bit of script. Alright, so there. First we need to get the button elements. Help bots show equals to documents dot get elements by ID. And then we give it an ID of chat C button. Right? And then we want to have an unclick event. Unclick equals to show chat. I'm loving it. Alright, so function show chat. For now, we're just gonna leave it as console log I was clicked. Alright, so shoot. Okay, now if we were to inspect this, it should say that was clicked. Here you go. Okay, so that's working. So now what we want to do is get this alt label. Is it alt label? Let me see one more time. Busy, automatic, blah 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 blah. Oh here, ARI. There you go. Alright, let me see. ARIA. So say ARIA label. Exactly. So, and then the properties. JavaScript to get in element, I guess. Attribute, not property. Yeah, attribute. Okay, so this should have, let me close this up and then open this. The reason we want to get this attribute is because right here, this array label off, because how will I describe this? We might not need it, but I don't know. 1 second. Let me load this, all of this, query, select, get attribute. Okay. So first we're going to do get attribute. For this will be hours clicked equals to help dot but show dot get attribute. We're not going to use get the title. We're going to use area label, and then we are going to save it and save it at ATR equals to, and then we say if ATR Jesus Lord, I can't type, equals to off, else if, I mean there's no need for else, so there's else we're going to say set attribute, get element by time, set attribute, that's what I'm talking about. So if it's equals to off, we need to turn it on, and if it's equals to on, we're going to turn it off. Got it. Help but show dot, oh shoot. Okay, so this, and we're going to turn this into on. Okay. Well, off, my bad. What? I am so lost. If it's off, we need to switch it to on. Right. Got you. Okay, so, and then we'll say, right here, we would say console log, it is on now. And then let's set this equals to console log, it is off now. And to test it, we'll reload this page. Let's open this up so we can see how we're printing. Help. Everyone can't read. I thought you can read it. Or am I tripping? Oh, yikers. Reload. And then let's try again. Lord. Can't read property, get attribute. Click handler took how, what, huh? Did I write it wrong or something? Came button. Alright, so we messed up a little bit. ID equals to chat div, and then we'll just say var chat div equals to document dot get elements by ID, and then we would say chat div, and then chat div is the one we'll be using. Okay, so instead of using the button to check if it's on or off, we're just going to use the div instead. Right, so chat div array label on off, and to check it out, let's reload this page and then load everything in. We have the console open, so we click this help button. It said it is on now, and if we want to check it, it's on. And if we were to click it again, it would say it is off now, and it's off again. All right, so now we have that. The next thing we are going to do would be to load the chat in. What we want to do, let's say, so we want to say let chat bot name equals to document dot create elements JavaScript to create element. I gotta make sure I got it damn right. Create element, got it. Okay. Create element, and we want to create a h3 tag. And this create element, we're just gonna say chat bots name that integer HTML will be equals to a drum roll, please. Your friendly neighbor. Jesus, I can't even spell neighborhood. Neighborhood bot. Alright, so let me see. Okay. Var chat contents equals documents dot gets element by ID, and then we'll be chat contents. And then right here we are going to say chat contents dot append child will be chat bot name, and then when we say it's off, we want to do chat contents dot inner dot html will be blank, so that way we would not have to be looking at the console to see whether or not it's off and on. Okay, so if we do this, it should show your friend with the neighborhood, and we click it again, boom, hits the spots. Now we need to fix this a little bit. We need to 50. Oh no, it's just disturbing when it's all the way over there. 50. Let me see if doing. CSS to line div to bottom. To bottom of page. Div 20 minutes. Should I be using absolute instead of fixed? Absolute. I did not know there was a difference. Okay, so absolute and then right equals to 0. Let's see. I did not. I can still. I can't see it. Can't see it. That's pretty cool. Inside will be 2px bottom 2px, and let's reload this. No. Or let's do so. Position container absolute. None of this is working. Put to the right corner. That's what I'm looking for. Let's see. Maybe it would just be better if you just use top instead. So let's see. Top equals to 0. Fix sticky. Your friendly neighbor, your friendly hotbot. Keep it as that, okay? So now we have this done. Now it's time to do a few other things. We want, Jesus. So chats, let's chats queue equals to documents that create elements, and this is going to be a div too. Chats, and then let's set some chats queue equals to chat queue dot class name equals to chats queue, so we can style it up there. All right, so now we're going to say chats contents dot append child chat queue, and then oh my god, chat queue. So once we append that, then we need to append something else. We want to say let's chat type div equals to document that creates element div chat type div dot class name equals to chat type div, and that div we want chat inputs to equals to documents that creates elements that inputs, and we'll give this chat input an ID of chat p inputs, and then we want to say chat type div dot append child to chat p inputs, and then we want to submit button submit chats equals to document that creates elements that, should I say input? No, button equals, and then we would say submits that we need a unclick JavaScript unclick events listener add event listener. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, and then submit chat add event listener. Okay, we're not going to say alert. Rather, we're just going to say grab chat input. And then this grab chat input would be located right here. Function grab chat input, and then just said console log I want hours grab, I guess. Oof. But let's go back down here. So now we have this part. This is all loaded up. Now let's see if we can test it. Load it up. dig dang, dig dang, dig. Chat input. Oh, I forgot the P. We can fix that. So let's just go over here. Chats P input. Chat. We load and it's waking up. Alright, so it's still working. Alright, so let's hold up. Hold up. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. They have the wrong one. Yes, they do. Okay. So it's tripping, so let's just stop running you. Shoot. Lord. Oh, Jesus. Okay, good. And then let me. I'm gonna pause it too. Is it working? I am so lost. Alright. Let's hope you're working. Let's see. I swear to God, this is defined. Chat P inputs, chat P input, chat P input. Why aren't you loading properly? Why are you? Oh, Jesus Lord. These kids. They will be the downfall of all man, of all child. Have mercy. Take your sweet old time. Yeah, skip it. I'm just gonna leave my time at that point. Oh, Jesus. Pattern 3 main that point. Yeah, we're gonna use the shell. Come on, wherever you are. Okay, so it should be working now. Hope black and see. Okay, no error. So let's continue the development process. Okay, so we have the chat div appended, and then we need to do another chat type div dot append child, and it will say submit chat, and then down there we want to say chat contents. Chat contents dot append child chat type div. So now we're going to reload you. This should give us an Lord. So submit chat dot inner HTML equals to send. Okay, so it's all loaded up. And I'm looking for something else. Chats and P inputs. Chats, P inputs. And then we want to do it in the events listener. Alright, so, okay. So this is how it's going to look. It's going to load up all the data. Right? And then this chat queue is going to have a list of all the already pre-sent text. But we're not going to do that right now, because for us to do that at this very moment, I'm so lost. 1 second, processing my thoughts. We got to get everything ready before we move on to that, okay? Good. So now that we have this and this, we can type this, and it should tell us hours grad. Good. How many times did I say sprint hours grad? Why did it? Did it? Oh, because I said on click. Oh, my bad. On input. I guess that could be JavaScript on input events. I forgot the key code that I needed for this. Key up, and then what we want is if key code blah blah blah. And just fix this. Okay, so this should work instead. Let's see and reload. So nothing was printed. But if we were to press this, and then it should say I was grad. Exactly. You got it. Okay. So what is next? Next is we are going to have to use fetch. And this will be in this I was grad thing. This is only used to show the chat, and yeah. Okay. So class name. So let's create a class. First, let's just say chat bots, and then def init. We'll have a self. We don't need another input except from self. But in this, the self dot messages equals to this self dots. That's all we need, for real. Really is all we need. Self dot messages. Okay, but anyways, so then we say def get message self return self dot messages def send message self message, the message we are going to send, and then we would say try pass Okay, so we're going to print the issue if there is an issue, and then we're going to return problem saving chats. Okay, so now that that's is done, right here, what we're going to do is say reply is equals to user, the user message equals to message, and then bots, but the bots reply equals to hello. Now you can customize this, give yourself your own private bot, right? Your own separate bot function that when you read the user message and then you process it and stuff like that. But that's not what we're doing. We're just gonna do something simple and get it done. And then we are going to say self.messages that's append RPM, and then we would say self return self.gets message. Literally that simple. It's okay. So now that we did that, we are going to go to right over here, and then we're going to create another route. And say app.route equals to methods equals to post def chats. Exactly. And then what we want to do is say data equals to request.json. Hopefully I'm doing this right. I'm not sure how the requesting works. But anyways, so we need session 2. Let's get session. And for session, we need a app password, app secret key, or app password. We'll figure it out when we get an error. But anyway, so and then we need to import chats bot. Okay, so now that we have it, we will say if session, right, dot IP, if session IP pass, else we want, if there's no, that means if a session IP was not yet created, well, that's when we're going to create when we were going to do session IP equals to, which is why I said we were going to need the request. And JSON, we will say request, right. I did that wrong. It was supposed to be if session blah blah blah. So it will be chatbot.chatbot. Okay, let me copy this chatbot class, and it will be chatbot.chatbot. Okay, so now we have created a chatbot instance, right? And then we would say return messages equals to dot send message, because it returns self.get message, so we'll do send message, and the message will be data dot message, right? And then it returns all the messages and then back to the user. Alright, so now what if that request is already, if the session is already being created, all we just gotta do is this. Done. Simple, easy, short. So now we have this route processing the messages and sending back a return to the user. And now it's then the user's turn to get the messages back from the server and then show it to the client. Okay, so to do that, what we are going to do is say we are going to be using fetch. First, web host. Let's create a variable called web host equals to what did we call this web host? We called it Jesus Lord, chat. Yeah, we called it chat. Right, and then so chat, and then we're going to use fetch web host. Yikers, I forgot how we use fetch. Yeah, crazy Lord. Fetch. Fetch post. You should have it. Nope. Okay, so this is what I was looking for. No core, same origin. Cache. Credential, same origin headers. Redirect flow, manual, final order first. Body equals this. So we're just gonna say method. I've been using Google a lot. That's basically half my development process. Yikers. Okay, so maybe I gotta start remembering how this thing works, you know, just in case. But okay, and then we have to find a body. And for the body, we want to make sure that it is not blank. Because in case, let's say, your user, for example, wants to mess with our head, saying, "Oh, I'm sending you this, but there's nothing there," right? Right. So we're going to say, let's chat input equals to document dot gets elements by ID, and then the ID we gave it right here was exactly. Now we're going to grab this. Once we grab it, and then we say if dot length not equals to 0, that means if the length is not equals to 0, then we can run fudge. Okay, if it's not equals to 0, then let's run this. If it's not equals to 0, we want to run this, right? Else, if it is, we're just gonna do nothing. Guess the user might be playing choice, but we're just not gonna do anything. It's just gonna see that same screen. Okay, so body. Let's see. Okay, and then for the main.py, the server, it asks for the server, it asks for this, and then we would say chat p input.value. Then we're going to do then results equals to return results dot JSON, and then results Jesus data equals to mother of all Lord. What is up with my typing? Okay, but okay, so console log dot data. This should be it. I mean, this is not it, but we want to console log the data first. Alright, so let's see. Right here, if we are going to do something, is session dot request. Wait, if not session dot request dot remote add Okay, so this is how it's going to look like. We did the if not session that requires our remote address. That means if that IP address has not been saved into the session, we're going to save it and then we're going to initialize a new chatbot. And the same, right? Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we need to run this project again. So let's run it. Okay. Is it running? Cancel. Key error, something. Where is it at? Lord. Okay. Let's. Let's do something else. Let's say this, right? Stuff equals to, and then we'll do an exception. Except key error. Create this. And then we can just delete all of this. Right? Good. And then we would do the same thing for this. We would say stuff, and then if there was a key error, stuff, blah blah blah, key error, and then session, blah blah blah. Alright, so that should work. Okay. Alright, now let's reload. Secret key. I knew we had supposed to have a secret key. So let's do it. App.secrets key equals to just some random stuff. Ah, Jesus. Lord. Okay, object of type is not JSON serial. Where is it? Where? So that means we're gonna have to change our chatbot a little bit. Okay, so here's how this is gonna work. Okay, so let's see, chatbot equals to chats bot dot chatbot. Okay, so IP. Okay, this should be better. What we really changed was, rather than doing a session because they say session blah 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 was not retrievable or whatever, what we did instead was, and then 1 second, def add new IP equals to self dot IP, and then we will say self dot messages IP equals to this. All right. So def delete IP equals to self IP self that's messages dot pop, and then we're going to pop that IP out. So now that we have everything, now we just need to fix a few stuff. So this chatbots, let's not get an error. Sorry, so instead we're going to say chatbots remote IP. Yep. But we're going to use messages instead. So chatbots. Nope. Chatbot that's messages. Good. Okay. Chatbot messages. We're not going to use messages. We're going to use chatbot dots. Add new IP. New IP. This is kind of a mess. Okay, now we're just going to delete you. And then we're going to change it up. Good. So so we didn't even need this session data stuff. So what are we gonna do? The get message, send message, gets message. Alright, so self IP send message. Okay, so send message. It will just be this. Messages that send message. Alright, this should work instead. So let's reload you. Exactly. Stuff and then enter. What did it say? And uncaught. JSON fetch. Promise group check. 400. Post list. I forgot the JSON. Didn't I? Yes, I did. Guess it should give me an error. CHAT. Forgot the JSON. So let's see. Not JSON parts. You need fetch name response. That's not before. String file. Okay, so let's go over here, and we want to string file data, and then just add a last comma. And now if we were to reload this page, and then say this is stuff, and then send, and then it should work. Now let's see if it gives us an error. Fill on card message. Syntax error expected token. At where? Okay, it's time to test it out. Just a little heads up. So this is what we did. We got the data. Then we checked if the IP address has already been saved to the class of chatbots. And then if it hasn't, we added the new IP address. And then we return messages. Chatbots send messages. We send it the IP address and then the data message. Right? And then let's reload this. Alright, so first let's send our first message. Hello. And then let's say send. And let's load. And let's see we received the object back. So the object that we received was I already sent this message to test it out. Object that we received was hello. That's what the chatbot said. And then we said the user said solders. Solder. Not the point. Okay, so hello. Now the question is, what are we going to do with the message that we got from the bot? And to answer that, what we are going to do is first we're going to console log the message, and then we're going to say for let I equals to 0 data.messages. Is it message or messages? Is data.messages that's length I less than length. I less than data.messages length, and then we want to do I plus plus. Okay, so message let's mess equals to data messages and then I. Okay, so now we saved the first mess thing, right? And then next we want to say for lets me equals to 0, me less than mess, that's length, right? And then mess dot length I plus plus, me plus plus, right? And then this is how it's going. First we looped to get all the messages. So first we do our first loop, and then we're in this. Alright, then we want to do our second loop, then we're going to be in bot, then user. You see how that's going? Good. So we know the first message is bot, so we do bot. Actually, we're not going to do this. What we're going to do is bots. Let bots mess equals to mess, and then what name did it give it? Bots. B-O-T. B-O-T. Let's user mess equals to mess, and what name was given? User. Okay, so now we have their messages. So what are we going to do with their messages? So right here, chats Q, let's give it as an ID of chats Q.id equals to chats Q, right? And then right here, we want to go up here and we want to say let's chats Q equals to document.gets elements by ID equals to chats Q. Right, and then we want to append, we want to create div elements, and then we'll align it to bot messages and this message. So for that, let's create another thing, and let's call this bots m equals to position, not position, we want it to be left 0, and then user m. So dot user m, and we want to be right 0. I don't know if this is going to work how I wanted to, but let's just hope. But the main point is not the design part. The main point is to see if we can get it going, you know, right? So first, we want to check if the bot message is not equals to null, because sometimes it might do that. So if bot mess, if bot mess not equals to null, now being that it was not defined. If bot mess is not equal to null, what we're first going to do is create an element. Let's bot div equals to document that creates elements div, and then we will say bot div dot inner dot html equals to bot mess. And then what we want to do is give the bot div a class name of bot m, right? And then lastly, we want chat queue to then append child bot div. And then we'll repeat the same process. If user mass not equal to null, meaning like it was that SNS is not defined, what we're going to do is say let's user div equals to document that creates element, and we give it a div, and then we would say users div dot init dot html equals to user mass, and then user div dot class name equals to user m, and we want to append chat queue. We want chat queue to append child user div. Now, if this works properly, which I hope it would, oh Lord. Dang, I messed up. How did I mess up already? How? Make it make sense. But, okay. So, user div. And let's check it again. So, okay. Dang it. It didn't work. It didn't work. One more thing. When we grab it, we want chat.value. Chat.input.value equals to this. Because this is how it should look. Yeah. But well, if we can't align it properly, we may as well one second, let me bots and then plus, and then we would say you hey. So see, bot hello you, so there's bot hello you, hello bot hello you, sub bot hello you, a sub bot hello you, hey. Right? And then we close this up and then we open it back up. But that's not good. We want them when they close it and they open it back up, it's going to be still there. So to fix this, we are going to chat queue right here. This is going to be a long piece of code. But okay, so fetch equals to web host equals to gets mess. Fetch equals to web host, and this is going to be a get request. So right, the default of fetch is get, so we don't need to do that. We just need to do copy this part and then this part. Alright, so we don't need any body. Then we will say then results equals to return results.json. Okay, so I know this video has been long, but we're almost there. Alright, so where did we stop? We stopped right here. So first we created my bad, let me do let's web host. Okay, so first we are going to fetch the data, web host, and then content type application.js. Then we're going to get the result from the server, then turn it to JSON, and then we're going to const log the data. We're going to still use that data that we got from the database, not the database, from the server. But right now, we gotta see what the data looks like first. So first we are going to say app.routes, and then give it that, and then say methods equals to post def chat gets mess, and then we would say try pass accept exception as print return issue. Okay, so what are we going to do? Dang it. What are we going to do? If it's going to be returned in JSON, we need to make it a post. But we don't need to send any data to it. We don't need to send any data. So you got the message, and now for the past stuff like the TurboJig, shoot. Wait, that was not right. Okay, so we fixed that part. So now under that we need to say return messages, and then we want to say chatbots dot send dot get message, and then we're going to give it this IP address, right? Okay, so if we reload it, let's see, reload. Okay, so send okay, so how about okay, so this is the one we did from DMG. So for this we can just grab let's just copy and paste this in here. This is used. Okay, so if we did this correctly, the moment we do this, yes sir. Let's see. Okay. What's up? Hey. Alright, so wait, I beg your pardon. Hey. Oh. Ooh. I see the problem. So there is a bit of a problem here, isn't there? Yes, there is. So first we need to set this chatq.init.html to 0 to empty, because this is, see how this is like so long, But if we is to do this and it becomes so short, it's because it keeps appending on you data without removing. See now, okay. It's the, oh, we didn't reload it. My bad. See? Wow. And it's not that long anymore. And then if we were to reload it, it was going to be the same size because it should. Yep. And that's it, folks. That's how you make your own. What did I call it again? Online help bot, right? But again, for the chatbot functions, right here, instead of making the bot reply to always be hello, you can create your own. Let me see. You can create your own def get bots reply to message self. You can really just create your own. You can really just create your own. Just change this to however you feel like, and then you have your own personal help bot. It's so simple. I mean, it wasn't so simple because it took time, but yeah, yeah. Look at that. The really only use thing or use code would be this because we just had to change some data and add some more. But that's it. Also, for the styling, I'm not good in styling, and I know that's my fault. I should really go into more detail and trying to practice my styling, quote unquote. But if you do not like how it looked, you can always change it. But yeah, that's it, folks. See y'all later. Peace.